anybody who buys a 14-year-old car in Southern Ontario and doesn't expect some corrosion issues is probably a fool. This is unfortunate. You can see how much descaling I've done here, guys. This is, wow, really quite encrusted with corrosion. I expect some corrosion, but this is considerably worse than I anticipated, actually. I spent a long time descaling everything on the other side. Let me show you. Descale everything and treat everything with some corrosion inhibitors, and it comes back to reasonable, you know. But this, as I mentioned, the backing plates here, the splash, no backing plates, but the splash plate is really, it really needs replaced, you know. The whole edge is gone. You can see I've filed it because the whole edge is really unsound, decrepit. So the backing plate on this side is even worse shape. You can see it's not just a rolled edge that I've taken off and just rough filed, but even the corrosion is starting to set into the plate itself. So this is really garbage, but that's okay. I could have probably just put up with that and, you know, maybe changed it in the next time. The hubs are gone. This car's got 113,000, which is way less kilometers on a used car of this vintage than I'm used to. That one's even older, but got 260 on it now. That one's got 415 and is just slightly older than this, right? So that car's 415, but the hubs are on like the second or third hub on the rear axle, you know, both sides. So I suspect this is the original hub, and there's an extreme amount of corrosion that is set into the back side of the hub. Here is where the encoder is on the bearing, and the wheel speed sensor mounts to, you know, just a wee piece of tin work basically that holds this. Well, this is completely shot. The guy who sold me the car did mention that he got the ABS light illuminating from time to time recently, and well, it's pretty obvious why, right? This clearly was not in proximity of the encoder. But anyway, that car's got 1 foot in the grave now. So there's virtually brand new Timken hub on that. That is like 400 bucks. So I don't mind spending a bit of money, guys, but between the front end components and stuff, you want to try and get something on the road kind of in a half-ass economical manner, right? But obviously this needs addressed. So they'll rob it from that one, which I think I'm going to do. As I said, there's a brand new Timken hub on that. That's 1 foot in the grave. That'll probably be the death knell. The alternator is gone, as I had mentioned to you guys. And I've just got too many cars. One of them's got to go, and it's the one that's got 16,000 kilometers on it is the kind of the one that makes sense, guys. So I'll likely just scab all the parts that are on that are useful for that, and I think I'll give it to the fire department, and they can use it for training purposes. What am I going to get, you know, a couple $100 if it's all parted out from the scrapyard. I'd rather just give it to the fire department. Yeah, so the point being here that if I replace the hub, well, I might as well take a look on MegaZip, see how much these backing plates are, because if the hub's going to come off, I might as well replace the backing plate. And if it's a reasonable cost, maybe I'll just do it on both sides. This is going to put a delay in the progress with the brakes here, guys, for obvious reasons. I'm still waiting on the pin bolts and the caliper pins. They're completely shot. They're not usable. So I'm kind of in a holding pattern here for the meantime with this car. Maybe I'll just publish the video as is. Again, there's no big rush for this car. I've got plenty of vehicles for transport, but yeah, it's too bad. This is going to put a wee bit of a hold up on things. I'm back to work in the next couple of days, so I was hoping to get the brakes finished and have it ready for safety next week, but I don't think it's going to happen. Anyway, I'm rambling. So here's a couple of stills I lifted from the interweb, guys, in the hopes I could maybe clarify what I'm talking about here. So here's a photograph of the rear hub for the all-wheel drive. You can see the wheel speed sensor wiring harness there, and again, there's just a little tin ring that is basically
crimped onto the assembly in proximity to the bearings encoder, and that's how the wheel speed sensing is actually done. That is just rotted into oblivion and disappeared. Again, my cars have had the hubs changed multiple times, so this has never been an issue. This is a first for me, seeing this ring actually corrode and crumble basically. Here's from Megazip. The splash shields are available, not cheap. I said, boys, cheers.